Hello from Hong Kong, and I just wanted to give you a quick update as to how my Japanese project is going. If you're a regular on the channel, you'll know that I started learning Japanese in January with a view to making my first ever trip to Japan at in the middle of October, actually less than a week away now. And my plan had been to do half an hour a day, 7 days a week. And I wanted to tell you, what happened during September. Now, basically, I didn't manage to keep going according to schedule in September. After a really great streak of 8 months' work, actually what happened in September was after the first 2 weeks that things fell apart a bit. So, during the first 2 weeks, I managed to keep going 30 minutes. I did 5 days a week, so quite good the first 2 weeks. But then during the second half of the month, really, I just ended up using the flashcards on my commute into work and also listening to the Pimsleur audio as I was walking into the office. And the main problem actually really was that I was completely snowed under with work in the day job, preparing for my current trip. I'm on the road at the moment. I've been training colleagues in Singapore and now here in Hong Kong, and that meant a huge amount of material to prepare, PowerPoint presentations, workshops to plan, and so on. I was in the office, till midnight very, very often, and working at weekends too. The other thing I was busy doing was, pre-creating content for the channel and blog posts for howtogetfluent.com to continue to put things out during the month that I'm away, which was taking a lot of the rest of my time. So altogether then is 6 hours 30 clocked up in September, but mainly in the first half of the month rather than the 15 hours I'd have done if I kept doing my 30 minutes a day for 30 days. And that brings my running total for the whole project, the whole 9 months, up to 166 hours and 35 minutes. Now, what went wrong then, really? Nothing in the sense that, it's pretty normal, isn't it, for, life to get in the way sometimes. And those of you who have commitments that I don't have, such as a family, relatives to look after, perhaps, will know this far better than I do. I'm a lucky person in the sense that I don't have these other commitments. Normally, it's just me and my timetable. So I've managed to, keep really in good spirits about the project. And that's also because I think I've got what I call my language anchors in place. So I've been logging what I've been doing all year, so I'm able to really look back and realise just how much work I've put in over the whole course of the project. That's the first thing. I can also feel some progress. So as I've been walking around Singapore and here in Japan, I've been noticing shop signs, restaurant menus and so on in Japanese, here in Hong Kong. And I'm realising that I'm actually making some progress, at least with recognising the hiragana and the katakana letters in Japanese as I go, becoming much more aware, even if it's a pretty basic level of the culture. And we'll see how it goes with the language itself, of course, when I arrive in Japan. And finally, I've got anchors in the sense that I have a textbook that I can return to, I've got my flashcards, my Pimsleur course, and a basic slot, so that when I am knocked off course, there is a course that I can go back to, as it were. And what I was doing then mainly in September was on the underground train then commuting, was using these flashcards, because I felt as I got to the end of August, month 8, that I hadn't been internalising enough of the first 2.5 books of the Japanese from Zero course that I've been working diligently through. So in September, I was making flashcards, using spaced recall with these flashcards of words and phrases to try and activate some of the stuff that I've been learning. Plus listening to a bit of the Pimsleur audio course as well, a bit of dipping in and out of my Assimil course, because remember one of the other things I said I thought was a good idea was to have a secondary course in play, and for me that's the Assimil Le Japonais course. So that's where we've got to. Not much time now during this trip to actually do any more Japanese. So it's going to be a question of seeing what happens when I arrive in the country in now actually just under a week's time. So look out for some vlogs coming from there. But the other thing that's happened on this trip is that I've started a project of vlogging a bit in German and in Russian and a bit in Basque. And you may have seen the launch video. There are 2 vlogs already up on the channel, one in Russian and one in German. There's more to come in both languages and also in Basque. The idea was that I've been a bit lazy about using those languages recently. actively, although I've been listening and reading quite a lot, and I thought it'd be a way to share with you, also to get over my fear of making mistakes, of which there are a lot in all my languages, and to show you that, maybe sometimes you just got to say what the heck and get stuck in. So that, warts and all, is what I'm trying to do with the vlogs in those languages, but also to show you a bit of the journey, to share a bit of the journey with you. So if you're like me, learning any of those languages, and just generally interested, do tune into some of those vlogs and maybe drop some comments or corrections underneath as they come out. That's where we are then with the Japanese project. When I then get back from Japan at the end of month 10, and I'll be looking ahead in November to how to take that language further in the light of my experiences there on the ground. But that's all for the future. For now, there's a lot more work for me to do here in Hong Kong, and look out, as I say, for the different foreign language vlogs which will be coming up. Thanks as always for your interest in the project. If you're learning Japanese too, let me know how your month has gone in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for the vibe, throw me a thumbs up, tickle that bell, and share the affair. See you soon.